Hello everybody, my name is Cezary Giluk. You can find all previous presentations at my Patreon channel. Give me a thumb up, subscribe, or become a member, or buy me a cup of coffee, links below. A bit more about myself at the end of presentation. Let's go directly to the subject. Today's topic, Russian army and human resources. Estimates are that well over 700,000 Russian soldiers died or were wounded in Ukraine, few times over of what Putin started the war with. Putin and his military leaders do not care of how many soldiers will die or be heavily wounded. What matters to them is how much of the territory they will take over. Human lives or people's well-being is never priority for Russians. In the history books, it is written of the areas taken in the first place, losses are listed secondary. Looking at the history of war in Ukraine, Russian losses are growing drastically every year. It is more and more difficult for Putin to recruit new people to the army. After 2022 disaster with mobilization, where 1.2 million of Russians left the country to avoid current or future mobilization, Putin is afraid about implementing new one, as it would have met with the opposition. Not opposition against the war, but against mobilization. The support for the war in Russian society is lesser now than at the beginning of the war, after body bags started to arrive in Russia and other countries. The financial benefits to people from Russia and other countries to join the army are growing on monthly or quarterly basis. It started to be drained on Russian economy and financial institutions and financial situation. Russia is employing residents of Africa and other countries to join the army. They use tactics, offering employment in Russian factories, and when people arrive, use different tactics for them to join army. The average time for a person to join Russian army and to go back in a body bag is 1 month, 30 days. There are cases of nightclubs being overtaken by army, arresting young men and mobilizing them. Increasement of financial gains and payments for people to join the army indicates that it is more and more difficult to encourage people to become part of the meat grinder. A number of people coming back in body bags is increasing on monthly basis. There are more and more family members searching for their fathers, brothers and sons, declared as missing in action, not as dead or killed. This is due to the Russian corruption. If a person in Russian army is declared missing in action, the death payments and other benefits do not have to be paid. Russian army has released manual of how to dig mass graves to bury Russian soldiers in the field. Another aspect of Russian corruption is disappearance of full or partial payments to families or soldiers. There are cases when promised money for joining army is not paid or paid partially. Excuse is that there was administrative error, payment processing fees, or no answer at all. Payments to soldiers in fields are delayed by months or not delivered at all, simply pocketed by their commanders and upper echelons, probably waiting for soldiers to die on front later on, so all money can be kept. Corruption is a great science in Russia and is applied to perfection. Military supplies, which supposed to go to the soldiers, are not delivered to them and sold on the markets. Russian soldiers, in a lot of cases, must buy clothing, equipment, and food with their own money. Putin has more and more difficulties finding people to join the army. Some countries, seeing of what the real outcome of their citizens coming to Russia is, stopped Russians or their proxies from recruiting citizens. It is second half of third year of war, and Putin has more and more difficulties finding people to fight in his war, and it will become more and more difficult as time progresses. Threatening immigrants and their families to be deported back to their countries eventually will backfire, as when more and more body bags will be coming back, or families not being able to have contact with their frontline soldiers or their family members being declared as missing in action, will open their eyes that it is a short trip to front lasting on average 30 days. Quite a big market for new recruits contractors are older men. People with big financial difficulties wanting to protect their families and improve their lives. To have payments on signing papers, death and veterans payment paid, and as declared by Putin, annulation of debts. However, as recruitment and veteran payments, due to the Russian corruptions, are not delivered, same as the monthly payments to the men on the front lines, word spreads, and more men and their families will decide that it is not worthwhile, that it is better to struggle financially than be dead. I will have presentation on Russian financial situation in the future, but I think that Putin will have bigger difficulties finding new recruits than finding money to continue his useless war. Especially now, when Putin has changed Russian economy to defense economy, I actually call it war offensive economy. There is a shortage of workers, and companies are fighting for workers, offering higher and higher wages. So for a lot of families in financial difficulty, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Even if they have small kids at home, it may be worthwhile to find babysitter. Let's say another woman with young kids or teenagers, to look after theirs during work hours, releasing both parents to find work, which is plenty of. High interest rates can make the reducing household debt difficult, but not impossible. I expect that as the war progresses, more men joining army will create more empty spaces at factories, and employers will have to increase wages again, and the light at the end of the financial tunnel will become brighter, reducing number of men deciding to join army for financial reasons. It looks that Putin's army won't be able to replace numbers of soldiers killed or wounded in action with number of new recruits. Russian army numbers dropping down, making Ukraine's situation at the front lines easier, and Russia's offensive stopping and front lines being pushed back. Give me thumb up, subscribe, become a member, or buy me a cup of coffee, links below. Now a bit about myself. My name is Cezary Giluk. I'm not military or political science specialist, but have a lot of common sense, watch a lot of social media and news about what is happening in Ukraine, and have a point of view which, in a lot of cases, is different from experts on social media. To share my look at what is happening in Ukraine, I have created my own channel, Common Sense and Ukraine. This was my presentation. I hope that you liked it. Slava Ukraine!